If someone's treating you in a disgusting way, you have to figure out how you're going to exit from that situation and let the person know that they can do that somewhere else because they're not welcome with that behavior here. It's your girl T here, back with the Sunday vidya. I know you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day because it's what we do. We're tea timers. Our affirmation of the day is, I love myself. We love ourselves. We're tea timers. That's the core base of everything we do, is we love ourselves. It's the most important thing in the whole world. I'm going to use today to answer a few subscriber questions, but I wanted to do a little disclaimer before I get into the video. I see from a lot of the correspondence that I get, I was so inspired to do this because I just read the last of 3 emails that I got, and obviously I'm doing my hair and I have no makeup on. Long hair, don't care. So my tie is to y'all. If something hits me and I gotta speak on it, I gotta say it when I say it. I don't care what's going on. I will stop to do a video. So a theme I see running through these emails and correspondences is, I try not to read through a lot of your circumstances because we always say circumstances don't matter. But a lot of the circumstances that I get little tidbits of are whack ass behavior. So they're things that are disrespectful, borderline abusive, and the person is just treating you less than a third class citizen. They're just straight up treating you like garbage. And even though we say that everyone is a reflection of you and so on and so forth, that in no means, way, shape, or form gives the other person the right to come in and have those toxic behaviors with you. You have to start putting yourself first, with or without manifestation. If someone's treating you in a disgusting way, you have to figure out how you're going to exit from that situation and let the person know that they can do that somewhere else because they're not welcome with that behavior here. Whether we're manifesting while we do this or not, you have to put a boundary between you and that disgusting behavior, because some of the things I'm reading from you guys are not things that are deserving to have a space in anyone's life. And it pains my heart, especially with the women correspondences I'm getting. No shade towards men. I'm sure you put up with it too. But a lot of the women correspondence I'm getting, you guys are staying for things that I wouldn't allow anyone in my life to go through. I would be like, hit the road and don't look back. So I know we're manifesting for different versions of people, but there are certain behaviors that we need to draw the line at. Abuse, calling you out your name, saying things to you that are so disrespectful that I can't even repeat them on this channel. That's not okay. And you need to love yourself enough to know that that's not okay and put boundaries in place there. I can't tell you whether or not to manifest that person back, but I can tell you what they're saying to you is disgusting, and you need to take a break from that behavior because that is not okay. Anywho, we're going to move forward into the video, and I had a few questions. So the first one was, if I try and create a new version of him, will he ignore what happened and forget that things got bad? We're not trying to create a new person. The way it works is that there's infinite possibilities and infinite states of different human beings. We're all a duality. So we have different, not different personalities, but different states that we show up in. As an example, I dated someone before, and everybody before me said that he's a player, he's a douche, he never commits to women. He committed to me within a week, and I didn't even know that information before we started dating. I learned about it after we broke up. I decided to break up with him. But everyone had said he was a player douche and don't go for him while we were dating. But he committed to me within a week, and he was completely different with me than every other woman that he'd been with. And I wasn't going in trying to make him that way. It was because the energy that I brought into the relationship brought out one side of him, where it's like when you go into work, you have one personality. When you go home, you have one personality. When you are feeling happy, you're in one state. When you're feeling sad, you're in a different state. When you are seeing someone through the perspective of love and you see them through a perspective of they are showing up for you in a beautiful, lovely manner, you're going to see them differently than when you think that they hate you, they think of you as last place, they don't care about you. You're going to see everything that they do to you in a negative way, where if you're looking at them from a place of they love me, they care for me, they're showing up for me beautifully every day, you're going to look at the actions that they're bringing to you differently, and they're going to show up in a different energy. So we're not recreating a person, we're just aligning to the version of them that brings us all the things that we want to see out of them. And will they forget the bad things? Well, if you're aligning to a different version of them than the person that said those terrible things, they're not going to remember, because it's not the same state that they were in when they were saying those terrible things to you. It's a different version of them. So they're not going to have any knowledge of that stuff that was being thrown down. I've seen so many examples of this in my own life and you guys as viewers, where you have a fight with somebody and then you affirm or align to a different state of that person and they have no recollection of the fight, and it's like it never happened. Manifestation is real. We do it every day. So if you want a faster way to get to a different version of the person, use revision statements. I always get the best version of the person. I always feel that I'm healthy, whole, and complete, so I only attract healthy, whole, and complete people, especially my SP. I always get the person, or I always get people in my life that are full of love and that resonate with the healthy, whole version of me. Things like that. If you say always, it means that that's the way it's always been. We've always been in a loving, committed relationship. I've always had healthy relationships, so on and so forth. If you need more help with that, ask below. I had another question. How can you manifest yourself out of fear? I keep looking down because I wrote them down because I don't want to forget to answer one. How do I manifest myself out of fear? Well, this is similar to the video I was talking about the other day, where we use calming meditations like the Ho'oponopono prayer, or just anything that resonates with a calmness within you. You can do that for 5 or 10 minutes to calm yourself down. You can use breathing techniques. I think his name's Wolf Hoffman. Look up Wolf and you'll see Wolf breathing. He is a master of using breathing to get out of sickness, to do different things. He will lead you through a guided breathwork meditation to help you get into a state of calm. So that's another technique. Joe Dispenza also puts out calming meditations. Jason Stevenson's. So another thing you can do is affirm. When you're feeling fear, you can affirm. I always have had inner peace. I'm at a place where inner peace is my best friend. I have always been aligned to inner peace. It's okay. The situation scares you. I am safe. I am safe. That's the one I always use. If I feel in a place of fear, I will say, I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. My son, when he cries and carries on for certain things, I know it's because he feels unsure and unsteady in the situation. I'll whisper in his ear, you're safe, you're safe, you're safe. Within 3 or 4 minutes, he feels better again and he calms down. We are trained through our subconscious. When we're fearful in a situation, when we feel unsafe, we'll have certain reactions and certain courses of behavior that will come out because we're in a fight or flight situation. If we learn to self-soothe through affirmations, meditation, what have you, going for walks, using a calming technique, if we figure out how the best way to get ourselves calm is, it will be a lifesaver and a game changer moving forward, because once we align to a certain technique that will help us calm down, you will see that the fear will dissipate a lot quicker. And on that note, I watched on Prime, I'm halfway through, a documentary on Mary J. Blige. I don't know if everybody knows who she is. She's a super successful, they call her the Queen of R&B because she's just got a queen energy about her. She came from really shaky circumstances. She lived in the hood and she grew up to be a super successful R&B singer. One part of her documentary stood out to me. She said, I never felt successful until I was successful from within. Because in her documentary, it goes through how she was 2 albums in, she was like #1, had Grammys, Oscars, whatever, tons of money, and she still felt like a failure. She still felt like she was at odds with herself. She still felt she was going through abusive relationships. She felt super dark. She was using drugs and alcohol to numb the pain. And she said, I was running from the fact that I didn't love myself. I It didn't matter how much I was given. I couldn't believe that I deserved it because I didn't love myself. If you don't love yourself, you'll never feel truly happy and successful, which is what I reiterate through this channel. A lot of these issues are going to go to the side and are going to seem less invasive if you learn how to love yourself. If you learn your likes and dislikes, you take yourself on dates, you learn how to really be your own SP, the SP situations will become easier. Money will become easier. All these different things through self-love. A lot of these issues that are coming up that I see when you're corresponding with me is because there isn't a constant effort to figure out how to love yourself. I can't make you love yourself. You have to figure out what ways make you feel loved, what your love language is, how love resonates with you. I can give you tips and tricks, but if you don't make a conscious effort every day to put yourself first and to love yourself, things are going to be seemingly harder, because if you're not in a place where you can allow things in, you can manifest from states of lack and through states of anything. But if you don't truly learn how to love yourself and prioritize yourself, it's going to be super hard to keep those manifestations in. I'm not saying this to limit you. I'm saying this through my own journey and what I've learned. When I manifested and I still wasn't prioritizing myself and loving myself, I would manifest things in and they would go out just as quickly, because I was always prioritizing other people, looking for outside validation, and that is not the way to get to a place where you want to be. Loving yourself, self-soothing, nurturing yourself, being able to spend time by yourself, those are true acts of loving yourself. Giving to other people, looking at people through lenses of love instead of judgment and anger. Those are true manifestations of self-love. If y'all have questions about any of these topics, you can ask them below. I know there was a few more questions, but I have to sit down and really look at them before I answer them. But if you have questions or you need coaching, please comment below any video and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I love y'all, but not as much as you should be loving yourselves. Have a beautiful, blessed Sunday. Bye.